So it's been a few weeks. I know that my new banner says videos every week, but I'm sorry that this one is a little bit late. So in this video, I'm going to speak about 4 simple things that you can do to make money, to invest. We need to understand that each and every one of us can invest. Whether you're investing in the stock market, whether you're investing in property, whether you're investing in another business, there are various different types and forms of investing, and each of us can invest. So I'm hoping that you can come along on this journey with me and I can teach you what I'm learning and that you can learn from it as well and become an investor yourself. So let's get right into it. So thing number 1 that I want to share. Sell things you already have. Now this has been a revelation. I know that you've probably heard it before from somebody else, but this has been a revelation in my household specifically. We've sat with things in our house and sort of hoarded it to a certain extent, not realizing that that was just money laying around in our house. So I think probably over the last year or so, we've probably managed to make anything between 10,000 to about 12,000 Rand with things just laying around that we've had and kept and thought that we'll one day use that we just never actually used. Most of us would have things lying around that we think we're going to use or that we had previously used that we don't necessarily find a use for now that we could sell. And I think traditionally it was a lot harder to do this, especially in the 1900s when the internet just came out. Advertising online was very expensive. It wasn't something that just anyone could do. But we find ourselves in the year 2020 now, where we've got platforms like Facebook. Gumtree also came out a few years ago, as well as OLX. There's so many different platforms that we can sell things on that makes it easier for us to get our products or things that we no longer find value in, to make it available to the public and for them to be able to purchase that from us and make use of it in a way that we couldn't. And this is something that I'm sure if any of us just look in our house, the things that's laying around, we might not think it's valuable, but somebody else might be able to find value in it. And that's what we found. Like, for example, we had 2 internet routers that were just lying here for probably more than a period of 2 years or even 3 years, and we managed to sell that. I think in one weekend we probably managed to make about 2,000 Rand in a weekend. We had things lying around like an old GoPro. I think it was the old GoPro Hero. We used it once for a video, which you can actually check in our family channel, which I'll link up in the YouTube card. But we used it once, maybe 2 or 3 times, that we never actually found a specific use for it. And we sold that to somebody who was really excited to buy it. It was for their daughter, and they could make use of it, better use than what we could have made with it, which was really great. So, look for stuff that's lying around, look for things that you no longer find use for, and find ways to sell that, because there definitely is an opportunity to make money that way. So that is the first thing I want to share. Now to get into the second thing. So the second tip I wanted to share is find the right partner. Now, what does this mean? I'm not talking about getting married, although that could possibly be getting married. But yeah, find the right partner. So I'm talking in terms of business. Now, when we think of finding the right partner, it's always like, thought that comes to my mind in the first instance is, I'm going to have to share the profits is the first thing probably. Is it going to be enough to sustain us? But there's also types of partnerships that can be very collaborative. So you don't necessarily need to go into a business partnership, but you can use the skills of that person to sort of complement what you've got. So if you're more of a salesy type person, you sell things well, but you don't necessarily know how to make a specific thing, or like, let's use designing a website, for example. If you've got a good sales tact, you can do the sales part of the job, get the client in, secure the contract, and then get a partner who can design websites, who can do some graphic design to actually do the work. You guys agree on what you're going to charge for it. You do the thing, you get it to the client, and boom, you've just made some cash. So that's a good way of doing things. I think for me, it works well with my partner, my life partner, my spouse, who is very much savvy in terms of selling things and doing things online. So she's very good in that sense as to be on the back end of things, like, I can do a website or I can do a logo. So she is sort of in the scenario, the salesperson, and I'm the person that gets the work done. We agree on what we should charge for it and we sell that. So a lot of the time it doesn't necessarily cost you a lot up front. Sometimes in some instances it doesn't have to cost you anything up front. But this is the type of way you can make money where two sets of skills or even more can complement one another, so that both of you can benefit from that relationship or from that partnership. So that's the second way. So now let's get into the third one. So the third thing I wanted to speak about is profiting from convenience. Now, what do I mean by that? And it simply means this: people will pay for convenience. So if you can make something simple for someone, or if you can make something easier for someone to get, they will generally pay for that. You find it in a lot of the more affluent areas where people offer certain services like dog walking or babysitting, these types of stuff that people who have money would pay for, because it gives them the freedom to focus on stuff that they enjoy more, like, going out and doing all types of stuff. One experience that I had a few years ago was that I needed my phone screen replaced, and we found this business that actually came to you and fixed your phone on site, and basically you paid them when they were done. So I was willing to pay it, although it was a little bit more than what it maybe would have cost me to go to a store and get it fixed. It was a lot more convenient for the person to come to me, because I didn't have to drive to there. I didn't have to go look for the service. They came to me, they sorted it out, I paid them, boom, everything was done. I could use the phone. So profiting from convenience is a real thing. We just need to look out for the opportunities, and sometimes it's in our own communities. We see businesses starting all the time based on this. You're basically solving a problem for someone, and there's an opportunity to make some cash in that. So take a look around the spaces that you are. What problems are there that you think that you have the necessary skills, or someone who has the necessary skills to be able to solve that problem for someone? And you never know, you could be profiting from solving someone's problem, for making something more convenient for someone. So that's the third quick thing. And then the last thing we'll get into now. So the fourth thing, and this is probably the thing that's interested me most over the last while, is finding other opportunities in terms of reselling. Now, this is a growing industry. I think it's becoming more of a trend in SA, where you can find a product, and it's sort of, I think the idea is probably a lot similar to what dropshipping is, but finding a product that you sort of have a knowledge about, that you can get for a little bit cheaper, but that you can sell at a profit. So, for example, the place where I work, they were selling furniture and things, and we had the opportunity as the staff to buy the furniture at a very, very low cost, or a lot less than what they were worth. And we bought stuff that we wanted, but then I saw the opportunity of also maybe buying stuff that was below what they would normally retail for in the marketplace and reselling it at profit. And that's also another way that you can look at it, is buying things that is under market value and then reselling it. So you can do that in one of two scenarios. You can either do it as a drop shipping setup, so actually just become the middle person, get the sale, sell it, and then give the address of the person to the supplier and they ship it directly. Or do it in the sense of you can just buy in bulk. Maybe it could save you a little bit of cost, and then resell that at a reasonable market related price. So there are opportunities everywhere. I know sometimes, especially in this time that we find ourselves in, it's a little difficult to spot those opportunities, but I do believe that a lot of us have a little bit of time on our hands, so it is a little bit easier for us to do a little research, to just spend a little bit of time understanding what the market wants, and then taking or profiting from the opportunity that presents itself. So if there is something specific that you are interested, let's say it's makeup, and you find a product that is cheap, you have experience of using it, if you are in the space already, it would be a lot easier for you to then resell that product with a little bit of a markup on and make a little bit of cash. So it doesn't always mean that you need to be the supplier, you need to be the producer of the actual thing that you are trying to sell. It just means finding the right person and then reselling, or finding the right producer and reselling their product onto somebody because at the end of the day, the audience you attract is not necessarily going to be in the same spaces that you are in. So you might be in a space where you seeing deals and stuff that they are not seeing on a daily basis, where you can capitalize on that deal, resell to them at a profit, and what do you know, you've just made some money to invest. So those were the 4 things I wanted to share in this video. I hope that I taught you something to make money today. This is the right time to invest. Like I said in the video earlier, whether you're investing in property, whether it's the stock market, whether it's equities, any type of investing, we all need to change our mindsets to the mindsets of what can I do to invest, and educate ourselves. And I hope that this video has educated you in how to get started, because we always hear that we need to invest. We don't always hear how to get the money to invest. So I hope I've taught you something today, and I'll be doing a whole lot more of these kind of videos. If you did like this one, please hit that like button. And if you would like to see more content like this on this channel, please hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, and hope to see you back. So yeah, I hope to see you in the next one. Peace. Oh, sorry, I can't do that. I forgot. I told you my camera is in the neighbor's house. So yeah, we'll just let the picture fade out. Fade out. Fade out.